Okay, so hey guys, so today's video is going to be my October favorites. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. I finally got the month right because I keep on forgetting like what month it is. I know, really sad. Quick before I start this video, I just wanted to say a little something before I get into the favorites. Since I will be posting my October favorites pretty soon, probably 2 days after I film this or maybe possibly next week. But I will be posting a favorites video this month because I didn't really repurchase too many things these past 2 weeks. If you guys know, I am not working at Cheesecake any longer. Some shit happened, so I will not be able to participate in the VIB Rouge sale this year. I was about to say this week, but this week and this year, I did buy a bunch of stuff for it this past April. And what sucks is that it's basically one of the most viewed videos on my channel is that I get crazy amount of views from the VIB sale haul videos. But I'm not going to be able to participate in it this year because I don't really have the money for it. So I was really hoping to be able to snag some holiday sets for you guys. I'm hoping to snag some holiday things for you within the next few weeks, hopefully by the first or second week of December. So yeah, I'm going to jump into the favorites for you guys. And also, I did go out tonight. I wasn't expecting to, so I am wearing something a little bit cuter. I'm wearing my Lion King shirt finally that I shared in my Hot Topic haul. It says, "Remember who you are." It's finally the first time I'm wearing it. It's so super comfortable. So yeah, let's get into the favorites. So first off, I want to start out with skincare favorites. I know I usually don't do that, but I bought a bunch of stuff from Lush recently. I did show you guys my holiday stuff that I got from Lush, so at least I got that stuff already, and I tried out all the bath balls. I love them. But this is probably the one product, actually all the three of these products are probably the things that I've been loving the past 2 weeks that I just have to talk about them first, and they're basically sitting right in front of me. So the first thing I want to talk about is a face cleanser, but this is like a hybrid type of cleanser. It's like the first new product that is like this from Lush, and this is the Papa Noel Face Jelly. It smells so good. It smells like straight up oranges. Oh my God, it literally smells like a tall glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. It smells so good. Like so good every time you use it. It's like, oh my God, like it's amazing how they even made it like an orange scent, but it's so refreshing. So it looks like this, and it has a very slippery consistency. That's the only thing I don't really like about it. If you're familiar with the shower jellies from Lush, they also have a very slippery consistency, and they don't really like stay on your body too well. They kind of just fall in the shower. This kind of does the same thing, and it kind of falls down the drain. So I try to use it as fast as I can so it can stay on my face. But the good thing about this is that it's pretty quick to use in the morning because it absorbs really, really quickly. There's no soap when you use it, and it just kind of absorbs into your face. Like there's no lather is what I meant to say. There's no bubbles or anything like that. And it's so cool because it like comes out like a jelly like this. I did just wash my hands, so it's not like I'm really contaminating it right now. But it has like a jelly-like consistency, and I've been using it every day. I'm not sure if it's been helping my skin too much, but it's definitely been making my skin feel really super smooth, and I just love the scent. Maybe it's not really doing much. I don't know, but I've been using this over the Aquamarina for about a couple of weeks because I wanted to test it out for you guys, and so far I really have been loving it, and I feel like this is going to last me a really long time because look how huge this thing is. So I really hope they come out with more of these. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing I did mention in my haul, this is the Lush shampoo bar that I talked about. It does have a little bit of hair on it because I have been using it. I love this. I forget what the name of this one is. I keep on forgetting. Hold on. Let me talk about another product from Lush while I'm looking up the name for this. This is if you guys know me, you guys know what this is. This is my all-time favorite scent. I can't believe how much I have squeezed the bottle of this already. So this is what it looks like. But this is my all-time favorite scent from Lush. This is the Rose Jam Shower Gel. If you guys know, they only bring this out during the holidays, and I could not wait for the holidays to hit this time because I wanted to purchase this again. it smells amazing. If you haven't went to Lush and smelled this yet, you need to go there and smell it. I am really trying to like unsqueeze this bottle for you guys right now. There we go. That's a little bit better. I don't think the other side's going to come out, but that's a little bit better than before. So yeah, just a rose jam on the side of it. Sorry, I'm so tired right now, and I'm trying to get through this. I don't know if my mom is like in the shower yet or not. So yeah. Anyway, it smells amazing. It smells like roses, but like roses on crack. It's phenomenal. It's my all-time favorite shower gel scent from Lush ever for anything that they have come out with. I wish that they had this year round because I would purchase it every time I would run out of it. Because like I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of the ones that they have year round. I feel like the ones they come out with during Christmas are so much better. I would have said Santa's Belly is a favorite as well because it smells amazing, but I'm not going to be cracking that. I'm not going to start using that until December because, you know, I want to be seasonal and use it around Christmas time. So I've just been using the crap out of this. And I basically am almost halfway through already. I only bought the small one because the small one's so much cheaper. But yeah, you guys know I freaking love that. And then for the other shampoo thingy, hold on, let me just look up the name. I'll be right back. Okay, this shampoo bar is called Montalbano. I love this. I take this in the shower and I kind of just rub it all over my head as the actual bar. Like I rub the bar on my head like this and lather it as much as I can. And I also take it on my hands and like rub my hands together and scrub it through my head as well. And I find that this keeps my hair so much cleaner for a longer amount of time than the Rehab shampoo that I was using, the liquid one. I don't know, I just feel like it kind of absorbs more oils because it's in a solid form and my hair doesn't really start to feel dry and ready to be washed until like almost a week later. I have to wash my hair tonight because I wasn't able to wash it last night because I was watching the World Series Game 7 last night. If you guys know, Game 7 was on last night. Obviously, I'm going to be posting this 2 days after, but on Wednesday, today's Thursday, so last night, which was Wednesday, the World Series game was on, and the Cubs and the Indians were playing. I am not a huge sport person, but you guys know I love tennis, but my second favorite sport is baseball, and my boyfriend really loves baseball. That's his favorite sport, so I was watching, I was dying to watch the World Series, though, because, my boyfriend just texted me, sorry. I was watching the World Series game because the Cubs haven't won for like 100 years and they won last night and the game was on till like 12:30, so I wasn't able to wash my hair. But this is great. It's very citrusy. It has like lemon juice in it and olives. I think that's so great because lemon juice is so great for your hair to make it very brightening, and it really does help dull hair come back to life. So I have been obsessed with this. I've been using it every time I wash my hair. So that stuff is great. And then the last skincare item, and then we'll finally get into some makeup, is the Ultra Repair Cream by First Aid Beauty. I think I did mention it in my last favorites video, but I'm going to mention it again. This is the only moisturizer that I have been using. I really love this over my vanishing cream now. I don't know if they changed the formula of the vanishing cream from Lush. Like I've said before, I just haven't really been loving it. It's been kind of burning my eyes a little bit. So I've just been using this, and I don't use too much of it, and I have been loving it. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my last favorites video though, but I have been using this a lot. But this sample size has been I like keep on skipping ahead. I'm like, this sample size this sample size that I have been using has been lasting me a pretty long time already, and I think I'm only halfway through, so I think it's going to last me another month. So I really love that. It really moisturizes your skin really nicely. Okay, I have no face primer. Let's get into the makeup now. I have no face primer favorites because I basically use the same 3 primers all the time. I'm always using the Stila One Step Corrector or the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I've been mainly just using the Smashbox Primer Water and the Stila One Step Corrector. I know I'm so boring, but I love them that I just use them constantly, so that's all I've been using for face primer. Let's go into one primer though. I have been absolutely obsessed with this the past couple of weeks. So you guys know I'm always switching between my Smashbox Eye Primer and my MAC Pepper Prime Primer. but I'm going to be mentioning the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. And I've mentioned this a million times before, and I was using my Smashbox primer for quite a while before this, like pretty much every single day, because I wanted to try and use it up. So that's one thing, and also because I was almost done with it. It was like literally down to here. And I stopped using it because I was like, oh, it's all the way down here. I might as well crack open into the new one. I haven't even cracked open the new one yet because I did replace it during 21 Days of Beauty because it was like half price, so it was like 10 bucks. But I haven't even cracked that one open yet because I went back to using this because the one that I was using before I actually started using the, not even using the new one, I mean, because I stopped using the other one because I could barely get it out. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to use this. I just fell back in love with it again, and I haven't been able to stop using it. This eye primer is amazing. It's so easy to apply, and I feel like it dissolves even faster than the, just looking at my makeup really quickly. I think I did a really good job today. Yeah, it's like not as crazy as it usually is, but I wanted to make sure I shot a favorites video like wearing something a little bit cuter. Anyway, that's not the point. But I think that it really applies nicely onto the eyes, and it kind of just absorbs really, really quickly, applies really, really smoothly, and I really have been loving that. So I've been using that. And then over it, and this has just been, again, my obsession this entire month. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder Foundation in the color 2. I think I mentioned this last month in my favorites, but I'm going to mention it again. If you guys kept track of it in my last favorites video, the G's were still there because it had a G imprint of his actual, logo in the middle. It's completely gone because that's how much I've used of this product. You can see it a little bit in the center, but I feel like this is going to be very easy for me to hit pan on this because I have been using the freaking crap out of this, and it's not a very big pan, so I feel like I'm going to make a huge dent in this over the next couple of months. I love this powder so much. I use it basically every single day to set my makeup and to set my MAC prep, my eyeshadow primer, my MAC Prep and Prime. And it just looks so beautiful. It always looks super smooth, and I love it. It's amazing, and I think that this is worth every single penny. Yes, it's a very expensive face primer. Face powder. Really, Caitlin? Face powder. And I think that it's worth every single penny. This is one of my absolute holy grail favorite items ever. I think that it's just as worth it as the foundation is. And speaking of the foundation, I want to segue right into the liquid foundation. I mean, this is the powder foundation, but it doesn't add too much coverage, not as much coverage as this, because obviously this is a liquid, sorry, like a tag kind of went over the speaker there if it just, the sound was a little bit weird. But I always get so overwhelmed with my favorites because I actually thought I had a lot more favorites than I have here. I still have quite a few, but I did try out a lot of makeup this month, even though I wasn't really wearing too much of a full face of makeup the last 2 weeks because since I wasn't working, I was going to the gym more or I was like going to return stuff, so I wasn't really wearing a lot of eyeshadow. I still wore quite a few eyeshadow palettes this month and tested out a lot of makeup. So anyway, I do use this more on like no makeup days to add a little bit of coverage to my face. But if I'm just working, then I'm just going to be using this. This has been like my go-to foundation this month anyway, and this is my go-to foundation basically all the time. I freaking love it. But the only reason why I wanted to mention it is just because I've just found that this is the absolute perfect shade for me. I am wearing the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation today, which I absolutely freaking love. It looks so good, and I haven't worn it in like a week, and I wore it today, and I just love how it looks. It looks just as natural as this does. But I just think this is the absolute perfect shade for me, and also I pretty much went through almost the entire thing, and I'm going to be devastated if I'm not going to be able to purchase this again very soon because I can't live without this foundation. I use it so much, and if I use up this one, this is going to be basically my third bottle that I use up. So this is worth every single penny to me because it's my absolute favorite foundation. So, and the color match color 2 is so much better than the color 5 that I used to use. I can't believe I used that shade for so long, but yeah. Love that. Don't really have to go into that too much. And then the other foundation I wanted to mention is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. This is probably the only, well, actually, I kind of have a couple of products that I'm a little bit on the fence about, and I'll tell you my pros and cons of them. But this is definitely one of them. I don't, I'm not necessarily in love with this foundation, but I'm not necessarily hating it. There's a lot of pros and cons about it. One, the color is very, very fair. This is probably the lightest foundation that I have. Like, compared to this one, I feel like this one is like very, very white. And I feel like it makes me look like the snowman when I wear it. And then also, compared to the Urban Decay foundation, I feel like these are pretty much the same. I think the Urban Decay might be even lighter. I have to swatch the two and compare them. But that's one thing. The second thing is that I feel like it does cling to dry patches a lot. But the overall result of it is really nice. Like, it is super full coverage, which I really, really like. And I can get it to be more of like a medium coverage if I want it to be. Like, I can get it to look like this if I want to. Like, this is just a light layer of the Tarte foundation, and it kind of just blurs all my imperfections. I should have mentioned this too, but you guys know I love that foundation already anyway. But I have been testing this out now for like basically the whole month. I mentioned it in my last favorites video, but I didn't test it out all that much. I probably only had tried it out twice. I like it, but I'm not in love with it, and I was debating about returning it because I have been actually returning a bunch of stuff that I wasn't too crazy about in the past. Like, I have a couple of other things set on my bedside table just in case if I want to return anything recently. And I was kind of debating on returning this too because if I'm not absolutely in love with a product, I'm going to return it. So I'm still on the fence about it. I'm probably going to try it out maybe a couple more times. If I don't love it, I probably will return it. But yeah, just wanted to say it is a good foundation, but it's not my absolute favorite. And my Laura Mercier is kind of like pissing me off because I can't seem to get it to look good anymore. Sorry, I just have an itch. I think it's because I can't wear that foundation with SPF. And now since I've been wearing SPF so much for my skin, just to help my skin out a lot, I feel like it hasn't really been like liking SPF, so I think that's why it hasn't been looking good. That doesn't do that with this, but I find that these two foundations, segueing into this one, I also have been loving the Urban Decay foundation, and this is the all-nighter foundation in the color 0.5. This one is in the color Siberia. I don't think I said the shades for either of these. But for this one, I really love this foundation, but this one does really suck up all of the moisture in your skin. It makes your skin kind of dry. I wouldn't say it's like completely uncomfortable, but it can be dry. It can be very drying. But I can deal with it. It doesn't really affect me because the overall result is so beautiful with this foundation. But I do notice with this foundation that it has a crap ton of flashback in photos. For me, like if the flash is on and somebody takes pictures of me, I look like a pale ass ghost. And I don't really mind it, you know, because this is a very light foundation and it does the job of lasting long enough for me because I wore this pretty much every time I went to the city this month. I feel like the pump is already coming out because that's probably how much I've used of it already. Wow. Anyway, I wore this because I did go to the city a lot this month. I went like 3 times. I went to go see Aladdin on Broadway. I went to go see, I went for my friend's birthday the weekend after that because I went with her to the show for Aladdin, and then I went with her the weekend after that to go for her birthday, and then I went 2 weeks after that, which is just this past weekend for Halloween, and every time I went, I wore this, and I think I might have worn this one for the show just to test it out and see how it lasted for like a show, but I think the other 2 times I wore this one, and it lasted all night. It looked great. So I know I love this foundation and I will keep this one because it's so good for like all day wear or for like an event or something that you're going out for, but I don't wear it for like everyday use. I was doing that to like test it out, but after that I didn't wear it every day. I do wear this more as an everyday foundation, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. So This one I definitely like over this one, but I have to use both of these with like a certain primer in order for them to both look good. I have to always use it with my Smashbox Primer Water and my Stila One Step Corrector, or I don't think they look very good with other primers. I just find that combo works the best for my skin. I feel like my skin is so picky with foundations, especially on my nose area, that I have to use those primers in order for them to look good. So, yeah. Anyway, so those are those foundations. Now let's get into some concealers. So I only have 2 concealers to share with you this month. The first one, I was actually really, I really wasn't sure how I felt about this concealer when I first tested it out, and now I really like it a lot. This is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in my last favorites video because I probably was still testing it out, but I really love this. And unfortunately, it doesn't have as much coverage as my Urban Decay concealer or like my other concealers. I'm actually wearing my Tarte concealer today, and it actually did a really good job of holding up under my eyes. I'm really surprised. Because usually I don't really love this foundation, but I think, I don't know, my skin looks really good today. I don't know, sorry, I just really think it looks good. I just really like how my foundation and my concealer looks together. But anyway, I really love this for no makeup days. I have been wearing this so much for like, for like the gym or like just very minimal makeup. And it's really, really natural looking because it's not a full coverage concealer. The only thing I don't like about this is that, one, it's expensive. It's like a $30 concealer, but I have been using it a lot, and I know with concealers, I don't really return them because I pretty much use up the entire thing, so I do get my money's worth. And it doesn't apply enough product when you put it on. You kind of have to dip it in a few times. I was almost inclined to return it because this is literally how much that goes on the applicator, so you have to dip it like once or twice. But I find that you don't need too much product to get the result that you want. And it just looks so natural. It doesn't settle into fine lines under my eyes at all, which I really loved about this too. The only thing is that I really wished that it was my new love for a full coverage concealer, but unfortunately it's not a full coverage concealer. It's more of like a more natural concealer, and I probably should have realized that because it's more of a water-based one, hence the Aqua Perfecting name in it. But I did hear pretty good things about it, and I actually forgot that I need to start using my Stila concealer again. I'm going to whip that out and use that again because I feel like I'm always using the same concealers. But yeah, I loved the Kat Von D concealer this the month before that, but I was not using it as much as I've been using this concealer and the other one that I'm going to mention. You guys know I love this concealer anyway, but I just wanted to mention it for the shade. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. Use this basically every day of my life. I use it so much when I go out. I absolutely love it. But I just wanted to mention that I really love the shade that I got in the shade Fair Neutral, because you guys know I was a ride or die huge fan of the, I just want you to see my shirt, so I need to set up more. I was like a huge fan of the Light Warm concealer, but this one really is beautiful for the winter time. I really like the fair undertone in it. The Light Warm was a little bit too yellow for the winter time. I still like the Light Warm, but I think that this one looks a lot less yellow under my eyes. I think that was the only thing that I wanted to find a different concealer for, and now I really am loving it. So I've been using that a lot. Okay, let's jump into some eyeshadows finally. I keep on looking at my eyeshadows that I like. Can't wait to talk about them. So the first 2 palettes I want to talk about are the Lime Crime Venus palettes. I have been using these like crazy this past month. The first couple of weeks of October, I really wanted to whip these out and use them again, and I was using them pretty much every single time I was going out, and I've done a couple different looks with these, and I absolutely adore them. Pretty much these are my like holy grail palettes, because only if they had like a couple more neutrals in these palettes, these would probably be my holy grail palettes. I know, again, people don't love Lime Crime. If you don't like Lime Crime, you don't have to watch the video. But I swear, these eyeshadows are so pigmented. I explained it in my perfect palette tag, but doesn't this just scream fall to you, right? Like, I feel like Doe Deer just like decided to make a palette that's like, oh, I just wanted to scream fall. They are grunge palettes, so there are going to be more like darker, smokier, like warmer colors in here, and they're just gorgeous. This shade Muse, like beautiful. And I think I wore this on the lid once. Like, I don't know. Amazing. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. And then Creation. I can't get enough of these. They're phenomenal, and I'm going to use them a lot more this next month. I love Venus. I mean Aura as well, Venus. So yeah, love this palette. And then the Venus 2 palette. I'm hoping to have an upcoming tutorial using this palette, or I think it was this palette. I'm not sure which one I used when I wore like Gilded Carriage on my lid, one of the super foiled shadows, and I used it with one of these palettes, but I hopefully will be posting a tutorial with this palette. And then the other one is obviously the Venus 2 palette. I made sure that I used the crap out of this palette this month, and I pretty much have used every single shade now. Yeah, I've used every single shade. These 3 shades, the mattes, are so beautiful. And I wore this for the, when I saw Aladdin. I love wearing this with that shirt, the Aladdin shirt that I have, and those are 2 of the colors. These are Mud and Jam, basically the same kind of colors. The mattes are amazing, and the shimmers are just as gorgeous. Let's just watch this one. This one is Fly. Beautiful. Amazeballs. I love them to death. I need to stop putting my eyeshadows on the speakers. Okay, and then some single eyeshadows I really loved this month are these 2 by Colourpop. The first one I'm actually wearing on my lid today. This one is called Cricket. I use this one quite a bit this month, and I think that it is so pretty. That's what it looks like right there, and I just thought it was so perfect for the outfit that I was wearing. Hopefully it doesn't come out of the pan, but it's just so gorgeous. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it last month too. And I did use Stereo too. I kind of forgot to grab that one, but I mentioned it in my last favorites video. I loved that one too. But this one I definitely used more. And this one is just so beautiful. I also whipped out Porter again and a couple more of the Kathleen Light shades, which I loved too. But this one I definitely used the most. And then the other one is Liberty. This eyeshadow is so beautiful. It's so breathtakingly beautiful. This one, Cricket, is a metallic shade, and this one also is a ultra metallic. It's amazing. They're ultra metallic shades. You will not find a more pigmented eyeshadow for this cheap. Look at that. It's literally liquid silver. Like, come on. It's amazing. I feel like nobody talks about this eyeshadow. It's phenomenal. I used this so much this past month because I was kind of in more of like a grungy, silvery gray kind of mood, you know, since I wasn't working anymore. So I used the shit out of it. And I kept on pairing it with my, with my Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. I'm using it today. I used this so much this past month. This was definitely the other eyeshadow palette I was using like crazy. And I just can't get enough of the gray shades here for this month. And I used this entire quad of these today on my eyes. And I just love them. You guys know I love this palette. It's just a it's a solid palette. It goes with like everything. I don't know why I said like salad. But yeah, it's phenomenal, and I use it with pretty much everything. I use this matte white shade right here as like a base for like every single look when I use like colors and stuff like that. And I love the matte black in here too. I love putting this on the outer corners. And then these 2 shades I use in the crease. And then I love using these quads for a bunch of fall looks. So I love this palette too. And then the other palette that I have to mention is, and you're probably sick of hearing about this palette, but I have to mention it again, and that is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I used this quite a few times this past month, and I used it a bunch for fall looks, and I am in love with it. You guys know, if you watch my Perfect Palette tag, I basically named this my Holy Grail palette. I love it to death, and I used a lot of these warmer toned shades this month for like a fall look, and I was like in love with it, so I Can't wait to whip it out again and use it more. I was so inclined to wear this today if I wasn't going to be doing anything, but then I ended up going out, so I really wanted to wear this shirt. But yeah, I completely love this palette as well. I don't really have to go through it and swatch anything. You guys know how I feel about it. It's amazing. And then the last palette I want to mention is the Buxom customizable palette that I mentioned to you guys in my haul video. I wanted to update you guys on my thoughts of the eyeshadows. I love these eyeshadows. They are so pigmented and blendable. This is what the palette looks like. And then it comes with the 6 customizable eyeshadows in here. And these are such gorgeous shades, and the mattes blend so beautifully. I really want to put this on my eyes again at some point. Probably wear it like next week for like a video or something. Who knows? Because I haven't been wearing too much of my neutrals because I haven't really been working. And that's what some of the mattes look like. That one is Love Lingerie, I believe, and this one is this like matte shade right here. I forget what the names are, but you can just watch my haul video if you guys want to get the names. And then these are the shimmers, like really gorgeous. Like I was so drawn to this gold shade when I first got them. Like these are those 2 shades down here. Look how pretty those are. So I really want to use this more. I only got to use it around twice this month, and I think I used it the last day I worked at Cheesecake, but yeah. Beautiful. I only got to wear them a couple of times though, unfortunately, but hopefully I'll be able to test them out more for you this past month, but I pretty much know how I feel about them. I really love them. And then the last 2 eyeshadows I want to mention, oh, excuse me, I just burped. Are these 2 by Kat Von D. These are the Kat Von D Metal Crush eyeshadows. I only used these once this past month. I'm cheating with this one, and I used this one yesterday, and yesterday was November 1st. Don't tell anybody. But I probably will end up mentioning them in my next video as well. I also did try to use the other Metal Crush shadows this month too, and I love those. I use those constantly. But these are beautiful. Like, so gorgeous. So I used this one probably only once this month, but I had to mention it just because it's such a gorgeous blue. Like, it's gorgeous. And then the green shade is called Iggy. The blue one, I keep on forgetting to mention the names. This one is called Paranoid, and then this one is called Iggy. Like, such a gorgeous green. I could just watch these for days. They're so beautiful, right? I'm in love with Kat Von D. I, like, want to have her babies. She's amazing. And then the last eyeshadow thing I wanted to mention, this is a liquid eyeshadow. This is the Urban Decay Liquid Moon Dust eyeshadow. I only tried this out once. I didn't even try out the other one that I have. Still haven't had a chance to wear them. Maybe I should start wearing them on the inner corners or something and update you guys. But I really want to try them out on the lid. So far from when I wore it, I didn't really like give it a fair chance because I was only like over my boyfriend's house when I was wearing it. And I thought we were going to be going out and doing stuff, but then we just ended up staying at his house for like basically the whole time. But it is really, really pretty. The only thing that I would recommend, since I know a lot of people have been hearing mixed reviews about it, is that I would use a base with it, because I feel like a base really helps it stick to the lid more. It kind of transferred when I was wearing it because I didn't really let it dry all the way, and I feel like it does dry a little bit slower than people were saying. I don't think it dries like right away. But so far, I really do like it. So yeah, I just wanted to update my thoughts on that. And now let's jump into, hopefully I'll be able to try out the other shade for you guys. What is on my face? I always get hair all over myself. And then I just have one eyeliner favorite that I wanted to mention because I did use this for Halloween. I wasn't sure if I loved this or not, and I might be returning it because I only really wanted to use it for Halloween, and I don't think I'm going to be using it again. Because, like I said, I was the Tarte this past Halloween, and you will see that makeup look probably next week. I was going to do Get Ready With Me with it, but then I always get so lazy, and I'm just like, no, and I just want my makeup to be perfect for the night. That's really annoying me. I'm like, boom! Sorry. But this is the Urban Decay Razor Sharp Longwear Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Chaos. I don't know why I'm looking at the shade when I know exactly what the shade is called. This was a really pretty electric blue on my eyes. but I kind of had to do quite a few layers of it when I was using it. But then I did also use it with the Lancome eyeliner that I have in like kind of the same color, and I used that color on my waterline, and I kind of went over it on my eyes as well to kind of make it stand out a little bit more because it was a little bit streaky when I was applying it. And then of course, when I went home to touch it up to save my everyday makeup look because it was looking a little bit janky, when I came home to touch it up, of course it was working perfectly fine. I was like, why didn't it work like that when I was first applying it to get ready? So yeah, I liked that a lot. And then I just have two mascara favorites. The first one I've been using so much the past 2 weeks. I pretty much have only been using this mascara. This is the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara, and I used it today. I've been using it basically every single day. I really love it. You guys know that I did have the mini size of this for a while, so I finally purchased the full size this past month, and I basically have only been using this. And then the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I like this one because it's very easy to apply, but it gives you a nice amount of volume. And then the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. This is the mini version. You guys know I love this anyway, but I've been using the mini just because I think my full size is almost dried out. So I've been using this one a lot. I was using this more of the first half of the month and then this like the rest of the month. So been really loving these two mascaras. I wasn't really using the Makeup Forever one as much. I feel like the Makeup Forever one is like kind of dried out. And I only had that one like a month, so I'm hoping I can get more use out of it. But I think I've been loving these more. But yeah, the Urban Decay one is awesome. And now let's just get into some bronzing contouring products. The first one, you guys already know I'm going to mention this one if it's even here. Oh, it's over here. Wow. My bad. The first one is something that I mentioned in my last favorites video, but if I don't mention it again, that would be kind of, you know, dumb because I've been using it pretty much all month. This is the Girlactic Cabo bronzer. This is the Girlactic, wow, talk Caitlin, Girlactic Matte Bronzer in the shade I was going to say Combo. In the shade Cabo. Love this. Been using it like almost every single day. The undertone is amazing. It blends out beautifully so easily. So pigmented, and I love it for bronzing up and warming up my face. And I think that this is perfect for like the transition from like fall to winter. It's a great fall bronzer as well. I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it might be my favorite bronzer of all time. It's phenomenal. And then the other bronzer slash contouring product I wanted to mention, you guys know I love this already, but I've been using this pretty much along with the Girlactic bronzer, and that's pretty much all I've been using. This is the Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer Filter. As you guys can see, I love it. I mean, hello. I love it. I use it all the time, and oh my god, this is bothering the crap out of me. Like, what is on my face? Hold on. I'll be right back. Wow, before I forget, I actually forgot to mention another favorite. I'm going to be inserting this clip before the Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer Filter when I start talking about that and I get up and like clean off my face and come back because I forgot to mention it originally. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette really quickly. I can't believe I forgot to mention this because I was using this so much this past month for like my neutral looks, and I really love it for like the gym and for like really natural no makeup days. I use this like a couple times for work if I want something really natural, and I just have been using like these two shades in the crease and these in the crease as like basically this family right here has been like some of my favorite looks to do this month, and I've been using it a lot. I even have been using it like for going out when I was going to Temple. Like I was using this a lot this past month, and I can't believe I forgot to mention it. So I have been loving it. And then the other eyeshadow I wanted to mention is the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy eyeshadow. I'm pretty sure I talked about these two in my favorites video last month, but this eyeshadow is so gorgeous, and I have been using it on the inner corners literally every single time I use this palette. And I've been doing like all matte looks with this palette and then just popping this on the inner corners. And you guys know that this is like one of their most popular eyeshadows, so I love this too. And I got that for free for a birthday gift. from Ulta. I love that I got it for free. That was an amazing gift. Yeah, I really have been digging this, and I did a full review on this palette, and I basically said that I was loving it. So yeah, now let's jump into the rest of the video. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. So, yeah, I've been absolutely in love with this past month. I just love how natural it is and how easy it is to apply. And I really like this for like work looks and stuff like that because, again, it's super natural and yeah, I love it. And then the last contouring slash bronzing, whatever product you want to call it, is the Kat Von D Shade and Light. The Shade and Light contour palette. I freaking love this. I'm wearing it today. I've been getting into more contouring again as the months get colder because I think that for some reason in my head, I think it makes sense is that bronzing is more of like a spring and summer thing to me because, you know, bronzing, you know, people get tan, stuff like that. And I feel like a contouring chiseled face is more of like a fall winter type of thing. So I've been getting more into contouring this past fall, and I just can't seem to stop using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palettes. The two shades that I use are the two in the middle. Actually, this one and this one. This shade, Shadow Play, so gorgeous. It just has like a perfect undertone for me. And I like that it's kind of warm tone, but on the same side kind of cool tone. I just love the light brown that it is. And then I use, not that one, this one to clean up the contour. It's such a perfect fair shade. It has a little bit of pink in it, and it's just, oh, Kat Von D, why are you so good? I love you. So yeah, love this as well. And yeah, let's get into some blushes now. Oh my god, more hair. More hair. Why? Why? Like, go away. Okay. So let's get into a couple blushes. I really don't have like a million blush favorites, but I would have to mention these two blushes because these are like my go-to fall blushes anyway, and I've been using them like crazy this month. And that's the Becca Mineral Blushes in the shade Wild Honey and Songbird. Wild Honey's like my bae in the fall time. I use it so much. These are literally my favorite blushes. Like, this one is my favorite blush of all time. It's just gorgeous. It's right there. It's just beautiful and warm and apricot-y and fall, and it's amazing. And then Songbird is a little bit more orange. This one is kind of a little bit more broken. But this one is beautiful as well. It's just a really pretty warm orangey shade. It's right there. I keep on like making sure I'm not wiping swatches on my pants rather than I need to wipe it on the actual tissue. I'm crazy. And then the other two are the Urban Decay Afterglow blushes in the shades Indecent and Fetish. These ones I got during 21 Days of Beauty, so I got them for a really great price. They were like $13 each as opposed to being $26. So it's like 2 for 1, which is awesome. I love those deals. I'm going to be mentioning all the stuff I got from 21 Days of Beauty. But this color is so beautiful. It's so pretty. I wish I would have worn it today, but I wore a MAC blush instead. But it is so pretty. Like, so smooth, and oh, it's so pretty. I love it. That one is up here, right there. I know I'm like kind of running out of swatch room. Maybe I should start swatching on the other hand. That's what it looks like right there. You're not going to see a good swatch because, yeah, maybe I should just wipe off some eyeshadow. Because for some reason I cannot swatch with my left hand. And then the other one is Indecent, which actually Kathleen Lights used this in a past tutorial, like just this past week. And I was like, ooh, I just picked it up. So I feel like, you know, I just think that's funny. And it's a really pretty, like, it's kind of like the complete opposite color of Fetish, because Fetish is more of like a mauve-y, beautiful, like, fallish shade, and this one's a little bit more orangey, but when you swatch it, it's very nice and subtle. Like, it doesn't come off orange at all. Really love the formula of these and Becca. I highly recommend them. They're, like, some of my all-time favorite blush formulas. They're amazing. And then I'm just, like, thinking in my head if I, like, forgot anything else by, like, Tarte or Urban Decay, but I'm like, no, I didn't. And then the other one is the Galactic blush in the shade, Star Blush in the shade Milan. It's such a beautiful shade. I really like this one, and it's kind of really similar to Fetish. Let's see if they're like, don't tell me they're like the same color. Wow, those are really close. Finish is a little bit more pink though. Galactic's, I'm trying to like not show you the mirror. The Galactic one is a little bit more cool toned. They're both so pretty. I love these types of colors, you know, Dusty Rose, hello. Beautiful. And yeah, let me just swatch the Galactic one for you guys. Wow, that's not going to come out at all. But it is a really, oh my god. Okay, let me swatch it like properly. Oh, I forgot, like when I was swatching it in the haul, like it really doesn't swatch well at all, but on the face, it looks really beautiful. So trust me on that. It is really beautiful on the face. And then for highlights, I'm only going to mention my Becca highlighters this month because if I'm completely honest, I mean, I use all of my highlighters pretty much equally, but if I didn't mention my Becca highlighters, I would be lying to say, like, they weren't the ones that I was using all month, because I pretty much was using these like crazy. I swear. I don't think I've mentioned a highlighter more than this one, but you guys are gonna get sick of me saying it, but Champagne Pop, man, I just was using it like crazy this past month. I love it for the fall because I love it with like warmer tone, like fallish brown, orangey lipsticks. Oh, it always looks so good. And look at this. Look at that. Like, look how much I've used of it. Like, I am hardcore about this highlight. It's amazing. So, yep. And then Moonstone, I really recently got into. I've been doing a highlighter combination of Champagne Pop and Moonstone, and they look so pretty together, but I really wanted to whip this out and use it again because I don't feel like I show it enough love, and it is so pretty. It is so pretty. It's just like so gorgeous. Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. Like, look at that swatch. It is beautiful. It's such a beautiful, like, yellowish, goldish highlight. And then the last one is Pearl, which is, again, a really beautiful white shimmery shade. You guys know what this looks like, basically. It's so pretty. And, yeah, I've just been using these ones like crazy. Like, a lot this past month. I'm like pantsed. Why? And then that's what the white one looks like, which is Pearl. So yeah, now let's just get into lip products and then we are going to be done. So the ones I really want to mention this past month, so I really concentrated on using like these two brands, and I really wanted to mention my these lipsticks, and I really was using my Colourpop Lippie sticks a crap ton this month. And I pretty much have worn all of these this past month. So the shades that I was really loving was Oh Snap, Cookie, Lumiere, Contempo, Skimpy, Grunge, Aquarius, and Taurus. So those are the colors. I'm just going to swatch like probably my faves. I really was into Skimpy this past month. I really wanted to wear it again because I felt like I hadn't worn it in a while. And what's funny is that I'm not wearing any of these lip products today. I'm not even wearing a Lime Crime Velveteen today. But this one is Skimpy. Really gorgeous nude shade. I really love that and I want to wear it more. And then the other shade I loved this month was Taurus. Really beautiful brown. Let's swatch it on the other side. Why not? It's like a poopy warm brown, but it's so gorgeous. And they're just so comfortable on the lips. And I think that these are just as amazing as the formula of the matte lipsticks from MAC. They pretty much don't go anywhere. And that one is Grunge here. Grunge is a little bit more of like a purpley brown. And then Taurus is by Kathleen Lights, and that one's more of like a warm tone brown. I love both of them. They're so beautiful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have to go through these. You guys know I love these. These are all nude shades, but pretty much wore all of these this past month. Like, I was like going hardcore with them when I went to the gym and stuff. I was wearing them a lot to the gym. And then the other ones I want to mention are, I wore a lot of Lime Crime Velveteens this past month, so I wanted to mention all of these shades. The first two are newer ones. But yeah, these are the ones I wanted to shout out because I was going hardcore with my Lime Crime Velveteens this month. I wanted to wear as many as I could. And the three I wore the most this month is, one is called Saddle. If you guys saw this in my Perfect Palette, no. my Hot Topic haul, I wore this shade, and it is so pretty on the lips. Again, like a warm poopy brown shade. I just love these shades for the fall. So pretty. And then the other one is called Rustic, which is the other newer shade that I got. I got these both in my online makeup haul video, and these are so perfect. Like, remember how I said that this like applies amazingly? It really does, and they last a really beautiful long amount of time. Saddle does take a little bit of building up as opposed to Rustic. Rustic is super opaque when you first put it on, but these are the newer shades that she released with like the with like the Prairie collection, like the Horse Grunge collection. I forget what it's called, but it's like, you know, on the prairie type kind of collection. And I snagged these two shades and one other one that I'm going to mention, but I definitely was loving these two the most this month. And I almost wore Saddle again yesterday when I was going to be wearing like something different, but then I decided to wear my Ariel shirt and I wore Wicked instead. So I also wore Wicked and Beat It this past month, and they were also beautiful. But definitely these two shades I was loving this past month. Rustic is so gorgeous. Like, it's so beautiful. And then the other shade I wanted to mention is Pumpkin. I finally got to wear this more this past month because, like I said, I always get these like at the tail end of October, but I wanted to make sure I wore this as much as I could. And I wore it a couple of times. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I love this shade. So this just screams fall to me and I love it. So that one is Pumpkin right there. And then the other one that I loved this month that I wore a lot of was Prairie. Really gorgeous nude pink shade, and like I said, this one also came out, oh my god, like what is wrong with me? Came out with the Prairie collections. That one is that really beautiful mauve pink. Plus it's like 12 o'clock at night and I need to go take a shower. So, and then these are the other shades I wanted to mention really quickly. Marshmallow, Saint, Salem, and Buffy. Salem, you guys know, is like one of my all-time favorites for the fall. I love this shade. The other one is Saint, such a gorgeous red, and I want to wear this so much more this next couple of months. It's like a gorgeous dark red. It kind of reminds me of Colourpop's Tulle, but a little bit lighter. It's beautiful. I love that one. And then Marshmallow, I also wore a lot more this month, and it's a really beautiful pale pink. And then Buffy, you guys know I love this shade as well. And then the last two are three lip products I have here. The first one is Colourpop's Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Little Stitches. It's so beautiful. It's just so pretty. I love the Colourpop Ultra Satins, and I'm going to be having a full lip swatching and review of the Ultra Satin lips because I haven't shared my collection of them yet. It's just so beautiful, and I just love this shade. Isn't that gorgeous? Their shade selection is amazing. And then the other liquid lipstick I want to mention is the Meet Matte Hues Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick by The Balm in the shade Sincere. This is, again, a really beautiful, like, orangey, nudish type shade. I love the Balm. I love the Balm liquid lipsticks. They're amazing. Check them out. If you guys can't find a more comfortable liquid lipstick, check out these. Check out the Ultra Satin Lips from Colourpop, and check out the Stila ones or the Dose of Colors ones. And then, which I'm wearing Dose of Colors Stone today, actually. And then the last one is the Too Faced La Matte lipstick in the shade Sorry Not Sorry. This is a matte lipstick that I absolutely love. I wore this a couple of times this past month. It's so pretty. That one right there. And yeah, that is it, guys. I am done. Like, and I got this during 21 Days of Beauty as well, and that was like $10. And yeah, that is it. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as CBW819, and my Twitter is PokerFace819, and my Snapchat is PokerFace819. Hopefully this video wasn't 10 million years long. I know I talk for forever. I'm hoping it's like under at least 40 minutes. So yeah. That's it, right? So let me know what your favorites were this month, and thanks, guys. Bye!